It's your boy Gruff here, back with another video, and today I got a special video, guys. Man, today we're gonna have another discussion video. So, the video I did was like the top 5 most game-changing units. You guys really liked that video. You guys were interacting with the comments. You guys said I had a really good list. And I really liked that, so I was like, you know what? Since I did the top 5 most game-changing units in Dragon Ball Legends history, let's do a memory lane on like the top. I'm gonna do the top 6 most toxic metas we had in Dragon Ball Legends history. Now, this ain't the perfect list because it's just opinion based, right? This is my 6. I believe the most toxic. You guys can comment down below what you guys think are the most toxic in your list, and in any order, bro. Like this is my, this is my opinion, so just respect it, bro. So just respect it. So yeah, let's get into the video. So first, before you start, I do want to do a honor, like an honorable mention one, and I do want to talk about this team right here. And if you guys played Dragon Ball like Legends when they first came out, this team was nutty right here. Goten, Kid Trunks, Purple Gohan, those 3 in particular was a deadly combo. And the fact that they could farm, they farm basically rising like just cards like really fast, bro. And this is before they nerfed card draw speed what it is today, and they made it into a unique ability, because there was no such thing as card draw speed. So these like Purple Gohan and Green Goten especially could really combo like 8 to 9 strike cards at a time at each combo, bro, and it was ridiculous. So yeah, this team was really good, but there's a better hybrids team meta, so I'm gonna get to them. But this is the honorable mention team right here. If you guys did play Legends when it first came out, you guys know how good this team was. So yeah, let's get on with number 6 though. So number 6, I do want to talk about this team right here, and it is the first anniversary. No, hold on. There's another honorable mention team I want to reference. I do want to reference this team right here. This Sun Family team right here. This team was actually really good, but it didn't really last that long because of the first anniversary Fusions team down by the name in the top 6, and one of the units actually counters the best team that was the best unit that was on this team, which was Red FSK before he got his Zenkai. But yeah, let's talk about the first Annie Fusions team. Now this team was really good. I think this was the main 4 units that was on the team. Green, they didn't really have a green, so basically a lot of people just did was they would just add, like, say for example, Raditz on the bench, and then they would add just some other fusion based unit. I think they just added Red Gogeta on the team because Red Gogeta buffed the team at the time. So where's he at? He is right here. Yeah, so they'll kind of put a team like that, or they put green Go Tanks or some green unit right here. But yeah, this team was really good. Now this Gogeta, the fact that he was a transformer unit, was a very powerful unit right here. He didn't do nothing crazy, but he was just a really good unit that dealt a lot of damage. Super Vegeta at the time was the best unit in the game. He countered LF Red Gohan because when he pops the main ability, he cancels all enemy attribute upgrades. And Gohan, when he popped all his death buffs and everything, he didn't have nothing that said non-cancelable, so he could cancel all that. So he basically stopped Red FSK. This guy was the tankiest unit in the game. The fact that he can lock you in for 10 timer counts, he could tank everything. So if you rock the yellow unit, he locked your yellow unit in, Rising Rush, and boom, and then purple LF Vegito basically steamrolled your whole team. And then the unit that a lot of people forgot how busted he was Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. Now the fact was, this guy was actually bugged out. He was actually bugged out. Now this is because of this ult card. So this ult card, you guys see here, where he has 3 enemies, it has a 75% chance to faint. Now this was a bugged ultimate card because the fact is the devs figured out that this was actually doing 100% chance to flake. So every time you use this ult card at that time when he first came out in this meta, it was 100% chance to flake. So every time you used it, it was flame. Not flame. It fainted you 100%. You had nothing to do. You couldn't do nothing about it. because it was a bugged out card. So everybody was abusing it, bro. And this guy, once you popped the ult, you was like, all right, well, so who's gonna die this time? Like, you might as well just get rid of somebody because it was 100% faint. You could pop in Red Vegito, lock him in, and then take care of that unit that you wanted to deal with. And this team was pretty annoying. It was pretty annoying, but this team didn't really last for long, really, when I think about it. But this team was really annoying. This team was really powerful, and that's why I put it at number 6. So yeah, so we're gonna go with number 5, and I'm gonna need this Red Vegito to stay. So yeah, we're gonna keep him in there, and we're going to put the Holy Trinity in here. Where is Super Vegeta? Yeah, because you needed him on the team. And then I think they put Raditz on the team. Where is Raditz? We put Raditz there, and then I think we just put some random purple, just some random Super Saiyan buff unit. Maybe Super Saiyan 3 Goku, because Super Saiyan 3 Goku buffed all of them right here, this purple one. So it was some type of variant like this, right? But it was really the top 3 that was ridiculous. Like, it was these 3, the top 3 right here. It was one of those things where if you didn't have this team, like, any other team that you brought in PvP was just going to get demolished. Like, you had to run this team. You had to run this team. Like, the crit buff from Bardock, and then Broly. Like, remember I told you guys that he was one of the top 5 game-changing units, bro, because he introduced transforming. He nullified against Yellow for a couple times. He had card draw speed. He had Blast Armor, and then Blast Armor back in the day, you can get your Vantage Gauge back, and every time he took damage, he did a lot more damage. And the longer he stayed in, he got his card draw speed. So this guy, this Purple Broly, was really the main reason why this team was insane. And in fact, he got crit buff, so he can do a lot more damage. Super Gogeta was just a beat stick, bro, because every time he just strike damage, he just did a ton of damage. And then Bardock is the reason why this team all messed well, because he was that support for Super Saiyans. And these 3 were just unstoppable. It was unstoppable. What crazy was is, like, this team actually kind of died off really fast, and it pretty much died off when this guy came out. Like, once this cell came out, this cell pretty much stopped Purple Broly. And once you stopped the best unit on the team, it basically was over. Then you had Slug. Slug basically kind of stopped Red Vegeta, Red Super Gogeta, and then you had FSK that took over as the best unit in the game. But this yellow cell basically stopped Purple Broly, in my opinion. And this team didn't really last as long as people thought it was going to last for. I mean, it did start in December, and it kind of ended in February. So it did have this good run. But this was a really good team. So, yeah, so let's go on to number 4. Now, number 4 to number 1, I feel like all 4 of these teams are interchangeable. I really feel like all 4 of these teams are interchangeable. I don't think there are a permanent, like, place where, like, this one is absolutely number 4, this one's number 3. I feel like any given day, anybody that argues anything about, hey, this number 1 should be number 4, like, I agree. Like, these 4 units, these 4 teams I'm about to announce, they can all be interchangeable. So let's go with number 4. So number 4. And, like, the fact that I'm saying that this team is number 4 is kind of interesting. Like, it's just not, they're not number 4, but they are number 4. So I'm gonna go with this, the VB meta, bro. And it's not really this team in particular. It's really any team that VB was on was busted. So God Key, Future, Fusions. So I'm just naming this one team, but those three teams that VB was on, basically, I might as well just put VB. Like, just any 3 teams that VB was on those 3 teams, Future, Fusions, or God Key, they was just busted. Because one, VB, at a 2-star VB to a 14-star VB was so good. A 2-star VB was amazing, and then the more stars you get, just how dangerous he was. This guy was absolutely insane. The fact that he was able to farm Dragon Balls really quickly. It was to the point where they had to change the rate of you getting Dragon Balls. They had to, like, reduce the rates. Even though you can get Dragon Balls really fast, but you could get it a lot faster with VB. And if you did pair them up with the fusion-based one with Kefla, those 2 could really farm Dragon Balls. The fact that they both had Blast Armor as well was insane. And then VB was just It was ridiculous, bro. And the fact that they had to do that with the Dragon Ball show how busted his meta was, and people were just sick and tired of his meta. Everybody was every time you played in PvP, bro. Like if you didn't have VB, bro, it was really hard to win against this team. So, and then the fact that on defense, if he landed a combo on you, you could only switch out one time because they didn't have it where you can switch out multiple times on defense. You can switch out multiple times on offense, but not on defense. So the fact that BB was able to chain so many combos together, they had to make it to where you can do multiple cover changes on the defensive side because this guy could one combo you in one combo. It was just that bad, and he could farm Rising Rush. So if you did have a green unit and you swapped into him early, and BB was able to farm a Rising Rush, he could kill that green unit because you couldn't switch out no more because you already used your one switch in. So yeah, that's why I say this VB meta is definitely number. I'm not saying it's number 4, but my opinion, I'm gonna put it number 4. But it can definitely be number 1, 2, or 3. So let's go on to what I think was number 3, and it's the meta right now. The meta is the meta right now, man. Yep. Let's put this meta in. I'm just gonna put the top 3 because you guys pretty much. I don't need to put the whole team setup, but these 3 right here, the Gohan, the movie Gohan, the canon Gohan, and then the future Gohan. So these 3 is the best. It's the best setup in the game. Like all 3 of them are Z tier for a reason. You have 5 lives. You have a unit that can nullify against blues. When he's last stand, you have one that nullifies his red twice. When he loses one unit on his team, then you have a unit that just does extra damage. Just does a ton of damage after he revives. And his revival, before revival, he does really good as well. He doesn't die easily like Red Cell, and he has the damage, so he does more damage than Revival Goku. And Revival Goku relies on Vados for him to do what he does best. That's what makes him potent. But this guy doesn't need Vados or another unit. He's just that good of a revival unit. And this team is just insane. Like you guys just know, 5 lives is annoying to deal with. And then the fact that all 3 of them support each other. They all have support capabilities. When you pop Revival Gohan's man ability, he heals the team. He gives damage inflicted buff to his allies. FSK, he has ways. I think he has blast damage and key recoveries to all his allies. Not FSK, but Future Gohan, every time he gets hit, he does damage inflicted buffs to his allies. All 3 of them has support buffs in their kit, which is insane. And 2 of them can nullify against color disadvantage. And then you have one that has just that same comeback mechanic. So what the fact is, if you're down 3-1, he can come back and win you the game, which is insane. And then Revival Gohan is just an amazing unit. This guy just does so much damage. It's insane. This team just meshed well together. So it's to the point where units nowadays, they're dropping units that can counter Revival, that gives extra essentials because they just realized this team is too good. And they've been dropping a lot of blue Saiyans, a lot of blue units to counter this Revival Gohan, but Revival Gohan ain't budging nowhere. He's not dying off. And then Future Gohan value rise ever since these 2 units, ever since Revival Gohan came out. A lot of people started realizing how good Future Gohan was. And this team is number 3. I don't really have to say anything else. I'm not saying they're permanently number 3, but this is my opinion why they're number 3. I feel like there's a lot of teams that you could win against using other teams. You can beat this team. You can beat this team with Region. You can beat this team with God. You can beat this team with Fusion Warrior. You can beat these teams with other teams. That's why I don't think it's number 1 or number 2 in my opinion, because you have teams that can beat them. It is a pain to beat this team, but there's a lot of viable teams in this meta that can hang and win against this team. You just gotta be really good and just not make mistakes, which it's kind of hard to do. But yeah, I put them as number 3. Now number two. Who the had number 2? I'm trying to remember. Number 2, man, if you guys played in this meta, you guys will understand how annoying this version of Region was. You guys see Super Baby 2, you guys know it's real ugly. So we got the Super Saiyan, we got the Super Baby 2 Region meta, where This team right here was just insane. You could put Yellow Cell, because Yellow Cell was actually still viable around this time as well. So where's Yellow Cell? A team like this, right? This team was it was toxic. This team was so toxic because when Super Baby 2 came out, you seen his ability of the fact that he can do health restoration and heal every time you switch out. You would think that's really good for GT, but then you're like, hold on, you can run him on the region team because he's actually a region unit. And this is around the time when Fat Boo got his Zenkai, and so you can get him the Zenkai 1, and then Purple 21 came out as well on February, so she was that unit that gave that Z ability to the team, and she hit really hard at that time. She did a ton of damage. She was a transformer unit. Red Janemba countered. It's just a Red Janemba, just blue card just hit hard. The green card he does was able to immobilize you. Ella Piccolo came out around that time, so the fact that as long for drawing out matches, he really played up. He did a lot better as the matches went on. He got his card draw speed and all those buffs as the battlefield progresses, like as the battle progresses. And then LFCell was really good as well. So if you didn't pull LF Piccolo, LFCell still aged really good, and he was still really good. So this team was toxic because when you face this team, there was a lot of matches where games went to timer count. It was so annoying to face against, and especially if you got your rush guess or you missed your rush, you was not going to beat this team because Super Baby 2 was going to just keep healing, keep switching out, keep healing. Boo, when his main ability can heal. Ella Piccolo has some healing capabilities for his allies. Purple 21 hit that. Like, this team just could not die. This team could not die, and it was also so bad because at the time, if you did draw out the match, you know how like times where it goes to time counts now, it's whoever does the most damage. But at this time, they didn't implement that mechanic. They didn't implement where, say, if you did 20 mil on regen and they did 8 mil, you win the game. It was just a tie. It was like no one won. It was just, you just played for 10 minutes straight for no, and you didn't win or lose. It was just, you basically just wasted your time. And it was so bad that they had to implement that mechanic where whoever does the most damage wins the game, because at the time they didn't have that. And they also implemented so many units to reduce health restoration against this team because this team just healed so much that it was so bad. And there was a lot of, and they added a lot of units that did extra damage to regen because this setup was just so annoying to face. Because even if you did Rising Rush and you didn't kill one of these units on their team, they just was going to heal it right back super fast, bro, like nothing happened. And this team was just so annoying. This is why people still hate Regen. Even though Regen isn't as toxic as it once was, people just hate Regen because of this meta. When you say Regen, the first thing they think of is this meta. They think of Super Baby 2, and that's why everybody to this day hates Regen. It's because of this meta. It's because of this setup why people hate Regen. It's because of this. So I have to put this number 2. I think they're in the higher up. I put them number 2 because this team was annoying to face. I had a fun time rocking this team, but it was bad. It was definitely bad. So yeah, let's get on to number 1. Number 1, this is my opinion. In my opinion, I think this is the number 1 most toxic team that came out in the game. You guys see it. You guys see it, bro. You guys see it. Where's he at? Where's that Vegeta? Where's Bojack? Where's Bojack at? Where he at, bro? I'm missing him. There you go. It didn't really matter who you put in the bottom 3, but these 3 right here, I put these number 1 because it was really because of Bojack. I think Bojack really carried the team, bro. Bojack, the fact that he had a limitless cover change, it was so hard for you to really get priority because every time you attack and you land and you about to do another call, you have Bojack on standby, ready with a blue card, and he was just ready just to counter you, and then you have to just find a way and prioritize. And if you ran this team, all you have to do is basically just stall until Bojack came back, and every time you get in a combo, you just throw Bojack in and combo. And this is when a lot of people started to combo cancel, was because of Bojack. A lot of people started to combo cancel. You have to learn how to do that. But if you was a really good player with this team, you could just basically just wait on someone to combo cancel, like this, the combo, not combo cancel, but combo drop against you. You dodge, and then you just bring in yellow Gohan, pop the AoE green card, and you have priority right there. Blue Vegeta was really good. He aged really great on this team. Blast Armor, he did a ton of blue card damage, strike card damage as well. And then yellow Super Saiyan Gohan was just really good. The fact that he cover change locks you in for 10 timer counts, and he can combo you into his main ability and use his blue card in that same combo and could possibly kill your unit, that one unit in that one combo, and then still lock you in and can rising rush you right there. And the fact is, if you did get in the combo, you just throw in Bojack, and then you don't lose Gohan because you have Bojack right there just to cover change. And then Blue Vegeta just did his thing because every time he pops a blue card, he heals as well off the blue card, and he has Blast Armor as well, so that was kind of annoying. He just sit around in the mid range area. I think this team was the most toxic team, bro, because you had someone that could lock you in. And it wasn't like Red Vegeta where he locked you in, he couldn't do damage. He locked you in and he can do damage and he can kill you off. And he had an AoE green card. This team was just a team where they can just get priority back really fast. You had someone with a green card, you had someone that had unlimited cover change. You had a unit that had blast armor. All three of those mechanics are ways you can get your priority really easily. And this team had all three of them. So that's why I put them number one. In my opinion, this team was just so annoying. They had the mind games where if you tried a combo drop, they could take priority with that if you was really good. If you was a really good player, that's what you was pretty much waiting on. And if they didn't, you just throw in Bojack. I mean, you feel me? Just throw in that blue card, right? And you just did that all game. And pretty much this team could prioritize getting like their damage combos off without having to worry about nobody else, because they can lock you in. You had Blast Armor, you had unlimited cover change from Bojack. Like, this team was annoying. This team was so annoying, and I'm so glad that they got power creep, because that's the only way for you to power creep against them was power creep, because this team just had just really good mechanics on their team. You never seen a unit with Bojack ability ever again that can lock you again. You don't really see units that locks you in for 10 timer counts like Gohan. They did drop some, but it was like EX Ginyu and stuff, but you don't really see units that locks you in for 10 timer counts anymore, right? I mean, you still see Blast Armor, but those two were unlimited cover change. You never seen a cover change better than Bojack ever again, and you never seen a unit that usually locks you in for 10 timer counts without locking themselves in or having some type of repercussions when they do it. So yeah, this is number one for me. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment down below what you guys think about my list, and then comment down below what is your top 6 most toxic teams that you in Dragon Ball Legends history. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Like, comment, subscribe, and we're up, man, and I'm out. Peace.